The British Prime Minister David Cameron and Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao have held face-to-face talks in London. The discussions are part of a 3-day visit to Britain by Premier Wen, during which he talked up the economic opportunities between the two countries. But the question of China's human rights record remains an issue. Europe correspondent Philip Williams filed this report.
One of the world's most powerful men had good reason to smile. Wen Jiabao was about to launch the latest MG car, an iconic British brand now Chinese-owned. The car is designed and assembled at this plant near Birmingham using Chinese components, all part of growing Chinese investments overseas. And with $3 trillion in reserves, a nation very much in the driving seat, though conscious of massive trade imbalances with countries like Britain.
At home, we're going to further stimulate domestic demand, and we're going to reduce our foreign trade surplus and our reliance on exports.
That, combined with promises to open Chinese markets for British business, has been welcomed. So too have assurances China will support Europe, the euro, and more specifically Greece, facing uncertain times.
We have done this for Hungary, and we will do the same thing for other European countries. So, as we often say, a friend in need is a friend indeed.
Exactly what that means for a country like Greece is unclear, but with the example the Premier used, Hungary, China has agreed to buy government debt, and that immediately settled a declining Hungarian currency. As expected, the meeting between the two leaders ended with pledges of enhanced economic ties and better people-to-people contacts. The issue of China's human rights record is not a point of agreement.
On human rights, China and the United Kingdom should respect each other, respect the facts, treat each other as equals, engage in more cooperation than finger-pointing, and resolve properly our differences through dialogue.
Mr. Cameron, are you worried that in Britain's eagerness to make a trading partner of China and move closer to it, you end up propping up a regime which is fundamentally inimical to what you believe in?
I would say that there's no trade-off in our relationship. It's not about either discussing trade or discussing human rights. Britain and China have such a strong and developed relationship that we have a dialogue that covers all of these issues, and nothing is off limits in the discussions that we have.
Diplomatic niceties are not required here. The human rights demonstrators are delivering their very direct message wherever they can. If there is an overarching message, it's the reminder of China's enormous economic power with the ability to save ailing European economies. A raw projection of power? Why not? Every other country does it. Philip Williams, Late Line.